going on, party people? We're back with some more Babymonochrome action. Today we have a rematch in a way. I mean, this is a rematch from Babymonothon Revival 1. We have Shreyashhy, the champion of that tournament, I'd like to add, the winner of that one, against Termnal. And these two met in round 1 in the infamous Babymonochrome battle from BMAT 1. And here they are meeting in round 2. It's crazy to think that one of these two guys are going to drop to the losers bracket after this match. Like, pretty wild, honestly. That just goes to show you just how many really solid players there are in this tournament. And Termnal has the cojones to bring a Babymonochrome to this match against the Babymonochrome champion himself, Shreyashhy here. And I totally said champion instead of champion, but we move on. Yeah, so here we go, rematch. So, of course, this is black and white little cup for this one. And, of course, winner's bracket. Yeah, so Shreyashhy bringing a Ponyta to this match. Okay, a Pokemon we haven't seen too much, but does show up. Could be choiced of some variety. Not going to rule that out either. A Porygon, a Natu, Mindfu, and a Chinchou, which make up a real good defensive core there. Along with an Abra, so a bit more of a balanced structure here from Shreyashhy. And on the Termnal side, you know, kind of a similar dynamic, I guess, maybe a little more offensively leaning. You have a Ferroseed looking to probably set up hazards pretty quickly here, and a Drill, which has rapid spin support, some sweeping potential too. Who knows what we might see out of this? A Vullaby, which also has potential sweeping. Potential to sweep as well. A Ghastly, Mindfu, and of course a Babymonochrome. That's right, except this one's an Apom this time around. And we saw this Babymonochrome in the last match. I forget who that was between. I should really know. I'm so bad at just remembering who did what. But yeah, no, we're seeing Apom again. Hopefully in this match we see it do a little bit more damage here. Probably going to be needing to weaken some of those defensive mons there, but Apom does threaten Abra, as I believe they could speed tie, and this thing can also hit with Fury Swipes, which could break a Sash. It could also break a Sash with Fake Out. Just keep in mind that Abra a lot of the time runs Protect for that reason, so yeah, we could see this go in a few different ways, but yeah, let's get into it here. So we have an Apom lead from Termnal and a Mindfu from Shreyashhy here. Clicks the faster Fake Out here. It reveals to be Life Orb as well, this Apom. Chinchou coming in. Misses a Fury Swipes. That move never hits, I swear. Ferroseed switching in on the Chinchou. On a Surf here. And then Volt switches out as this Ferroseed's probably going to set up some hazards here. Ooh, maybe not actually. Not to. Totally forgot about that thing. Luckily Termnal is clever enough to have predicted that and clicks T-Bolt. Heat Wave revealed from Natu on the Vullaby as it comes in, clicks knockoff on a Chinchou that's switched in here. Ferroseed, a really good switch into Chinchou in this kind of situation. Volt switches out, and Natu comes back in on a Giga Drain this time around. So Termnal not setting up hazards here, fearing that Natu, which just roofs up as the Ghastly switches in. Might be looking to set up a sub here. Maybe go for a trick as they click Shadow Ball on the Porygon coming in here. Mindfu switching into Porygon, eats an Ice Beam for 31%, and then clicks Sub as Porygon clicks T-Wave. Excellent play by Termnal there. Lands a high jump kick, 80%, doesn't go for the knockoff first, and loses its Sub and just clicks it again. So Porygon has been dealt with, and Ghastly might be able to put in some more work later on here. Aberclick and Shadow Ball thinking maybe Mindfu is going to switch out. No, just clicks U-turn. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that had some technical difficulties there. Aberclick, Shadow Ball, takes a Life Orb hit. Hold up. Could this be like a Synchronize or Inner Focus Abra? I mean, Inner Focus would help with Fake Out, I guess. Yeah, not a Magic Guard Abra. That is bizarre, unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, no, Abra taking Life Orb damage and then falls to a U-turn. Really odd interaction there. Let me see that one more time. I mean, right, with Magic Guard, it shouldn't be taking recoil from Life Orb. Don't know what's up with that Abra. I might have to find that out after. That's bizarre. Anyways, Ponyta coming in on A-Palm after that Mind Food U-turn out. Clicks Fake Out. Takes the Life Orb hit. And then maybe fearing a Scarf. Oh no, this thing has Morning Sun, so unlikely to be choice. And then yeah, switches up to a Fire Blast. So Ponyta base 17 or max 17 speed here. Volibee clicking Knockoff on the Chinchou, switching in. Pharisee coming right back out on anything this Chinchou wants to click. And then clicks Volt Switcher. Natu again. And again, Terminal not setting up hazards. Good play. Shreyashhy has been very aggressive with this Natu, so I don't blame them at all. Mindfu coming in on the gas lead. Take a Shadow Ball. 31%, but gets a drop. Still not going to be enough to knock it out, though, so they switch out into Volibee to eat the knockoff here. Get a weak armor boost. Volibee looking quite threatening here. Chinchou comes in. Thinking maybe we'd see a knockoff there or something, but that'd be a little bit risky. Chinchou clicking Protect on a Brave Bird follow-up here, which is a 2-hit KO. So very offensively leaning Volibee here on the physical side. Clicks Knockoff on the Natu. And now that Pharaoh Seed's going to be threatening that Natu a little bit more if it wants to switch in. But it's getting kind of late for hazards. Volibee gets burned there on a Heat Wave. That's quite clutch. And still spamming Brave Bird though. I mean, Terminal must be feeling that this Volibee's done its job, so might as well just try to get some chip on something. Well, it has a Roost too, I guess, so maybe they can play the long game here. Volibee clicking Brave Bird again here on the Natu, which is just staying in. Both players not really feeling like they need to switch out in this situation. They both have Roost. I think Terminal just really wants to have some chip on that Natu for something else. Anyways, Volibee drops, in comes Ghastly. That's probably the reason why you wanted that. Clicking Sludge Bomb, gets a big crit on the Mindfu. And then follow up with another one as it outspeeds. Ponyta coming in here, misses a Fire Blast. That's unfortunate. No poison on the Ponyta here though. Big Fire Blast crit. Not sure if that mattered. Ghastly's quite a frail Pokemon. Ooh, Flame Body on the A-Palm. So lots of just wacky hacks coming these last few turns here. Needs a crit, gets the crit on the Fury Swipes. Wow. Needed a crit for that to kill though. Clicking Shadow Ball with this burned A-Palm. It's not too can just roost that up, but I mean, I think Drillbur can get this job done. Just might as well just keep A-Palm in and try to get some chip beforehand. A-Palm's gonna drop to the next move here, but a Shadow Claw. Not to be at full HP if they roost, yeah, so Shreyashhy coming out of that one on top, but still has 2 Pokemon to get through here. And I don't know if we can get through the Drillbur. There's a Rock Slide, a Flinch will do it here, yep. Just have to hit another one, and that they do. And is that a confirmed? Could have been a Scarf Drill. I don't want to say confirmed because it still could have been a Speed tie, but I like to think that was Scarfed because I've been seeing Scarf Drillbur running around here lately. And Terminal up 1-0 here in this one. Let's get into game 2. All right, here we go. Game 2, Shreyashhy versus Terminal. Terminal up 1-0 here. So both players bringing Sand to this one. Really interesting teams, I must say, and it's really cool seeing some Pokemon we haven't seen spotlighted too much in this tournament so far. So I'm really digging both teams in this one here. Shreyashhy with the Hippo, of course, and a Mindfu, you know, quite a standard Pokemon there, but Magnemite, which again, like, I want to see Magnemite actually do something in one of these battles. I've seen Magnemite a few times, and I've been underwhelmed every single time, but Terminal bringing a Bronzor this time around, so maybe you could trap that thing, but like, is T-Bolt doing enough? Probably gonna need to knock off its Eviolite with Mindfu, or unless Riolu gets knockoff too, I'm not sure about that. Might not actually, I'm not sure. Drifloon as well, which I think gets knockoff, so I mean, Shreyashhy probably looking to knock off that Bronzor. Though there are other ways to deal with that thing too. I mean, they do have a Hippo. But actually, no, never mind. They have Levitate most likely, so there you go. A Riolu as well, which could have multiple tricks up its sleeve, and a Pharaoh Seed. So Shreyashhy inspired by the Pharaoh Seed last match from Termnal, bringing one themselves. And actually, the tables have kind of turned here because Termnal bringing a Natu, so maybe we'll see the Pharaoh Seed mind games get a little bit reversed here. But Termnal bringing, yeah, Sand of their own with a Hippo and a Lileep, which maybe we'll see Lileep put in some serious work in this game. We'll see Lileep looking like a decent switch into that Drifloon as well, depending on the investment, of course. A Bronzor, as I mentioned, and a Diglett. Likely Sand Force on this kind of team, and a Frillish as well, which complements the defensive core here as well. But, you know, you take out the right Pokemon, I think some Giga Drains from that Pharaoh Seed could be a little bit threatening here. I mean, you got to deal with the Bronzor and the Natu first, of course, but you could see some Giga Drains punching some holes through that Hippo and that Frillish. And then from Termnal's perspective, I mean, yeah, just being smart with that Natu, right? I mean, we saw Termnal making the right calls on the Natu, switching from Shreyashhy in Game 1. Can we see Termnal making the same kind of moves this time around against an opposing Pharaoh Seed? Let's find out. So, Mindfu lead from Shreyashhy, Diglett lead from Termnal, switches out into Frillish here, take U-turn, just in case they wanted a high jump kick there. Magnemite coming in, and then doubles into Pharaoh Seed on the Hippo. Okay. Shreyashhy probably looking to click and move here. Clicks Payback. That does some decent damage to the Natu. And then, ooh, stays in to take Heat Wave. Maybe thinking Termnal was going to over-predict there. But they can just roost off that Payback damage. And then Pharaoh Seed clicking Bullet Seed. Maybe predicting a switch here? I don't know. Bullet Seed was getting close to KO in there if you got 5 hits. And plus with Roost, they lose the flying type, so actually this might be a pretty okay play from Shreyashhy. Yeah, just staying in and clicking it. And if Natu clicks Heat Wave, then it's going to be low for something else to come in, so Shreyashhy must really want this Natu gone if they're willing to keep going for this. Gets a crit and gets the kill. Yeah, they just needed a crit on one, and they got crit and 5, so Shreyashhy probably feeling pretty good here. Sacks the Pharaoh Seed, and then tries to click Will-O-Wisp on the Hippo. Hippo gets a big crunch off on the Drifloon on a Will-O-Wisp miss, and then clicks Destiny Bond, so there you go. We got a 4-4 battle here. Magnemite in on the Frillish. Ooh, clicks Flash Cannon, maybe predicting a switch, but Termnal confident they could take an electric move and just clicks Recover there. No burn on the Riolu with the Scald, unfortunately. The Magnemite comes back in, clicks Taunt. The Magnemite probably looking to maybe click an electric move here. Nope, Flash Cannon again, just in case that Diglett came in. Frillish feeling pretty good right here. Termnal's playing the long game here. I think that was a crit on the first Flash Cannon there. Yeah, just spamming Flash Cannon here on the Frillish as it just clicks Recover. Termnal looking good here. Riolu switching in. Takes a Scald. No burn this time again. And the thing's just going to drop to another one, so Shreyashhy in a little bit of a pickle here. Not too many good ways to break through this Frillish. Goes into Lileep on the Magnemite. Good neutral play there. Shreyashhy playing no games this time, just clicks T-Bolt. Switches into Mindfu to take a Giga Drain, but not all that well. Has Acrobatics actually, so yeah, and then drops to a Giga Drain. So huge advantage here for Termnal. Flash Cannon is, I mean, this is definitely a choice Magnemite, so they just opt to lock into that. And that just leaves Hippo against the world here, which can't even take out the Lileep with an Earthquake. And Lileep's in enough HP, they can just take another one too, so Termnal coming out on top here in a very well played game too. That was a great game actually. I mean, a great match all around. I mean, the rematch did not disappoint at all. And it's crazy to think that Babymonochrome Revival 1 champion Shreyashhy is now dropping to the losers bracket. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many talented players in this tournament. That's really not all that surprising that we're seeing some really good players dropping in, but Shreyashhy using up their one loss that they can get in this tournament, falls in the losers bracket. And I gotta say, if we see these two players in the grand finals with Shreyashhy coming out of the losers bracket, I better see some damn baby monkeys. Like, I better see some like Simisage. Is that the baby one? I don't know. Simapore? I don't know. Chimchar? You know, I mean, I can't even fathom what baby monkeys we're gonna see if these two meet in the grand finals. Could happen, you know, but then again, there's so many great players in this tournament. There's no way to predict how this tournament's gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. Still lots of players left. This could go a lot of different ways, but man, I would love to see these two meet up in the grand finals. That'd be insane. So Termnal moving on to round 3 in the winners final. Shreyashhy dropping to the losers bracket, and maybe I'll see you there, bud. Anyways, yeah, solid match from both players. I mean, a lot of it just came down to some clutch predictions, a little bit of hacksiness in game 1, but I do feel like it kind of went both ways. I wouldn't say one player had an advantage over the other personally. Anyways, yeah, that was a good one. Stay tuned for more Babymonochrome action. Probably going to start covering round 3 matches a bit later in the week, just so I can get caught up on some round 2 battles that I want to feature. And I'm trying to only upload once a day too, so videos end up getting pushed back a bit. But hey, tons of content on the channel here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.